Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let you know that this video is brought to you by Print Champs. Big Print Champs in the building. Make sure you grab all your Eagles merch, hurt season hats, hurt season tees, everything of that nature, man. The Philadelphia Eagles are 2-0. God bless who hating and streaming out the dream. Make sure you listen to that as well. And let's talk about what transpired, you know, my thoughts, my recap before the All-22 film comes out, and I really give this thing a real diagnosis. 2-0. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, we've been hearing this from the beginning of the season that winning is the only thing that matters. And, you know, we're starting to play like a team who just feels that way. You know, we're doing any and everything to get it done. We came out with a game plan. You went against a great defensive coach again in Brian Flores, who plays that, you know, real sneaky disguise cover zero type of defense. And you know, I feel like it was a challenge. It was a chess game for Jalen Hurts at times in this game. You know what I mean? That's safe to say. That's fair to say. He's still a young quarterback that's learning. You know what I mean? And people are going to try to, you know, throw gasoline on it. Everybody wants the pretty plays. But when you got a running back rushing for like $170 on 28 carries, when you're able to dominate up front with the offensive line and do it in the fashion that we did it, you can't really be mad. You put up 33 points. Smitty had 130 receiving yards. You saw the frustration with A.J. Brown on the sideline. Everybody want to make plays. That's why I told you guys, man. It's not. I've been saying this, man. It's only one ball on the football field. Week 1, it was Dallas Goedert. You know what I'm saying? Week 2, you know what I mean? It was A.J. Brown. Now, I'm guessing week 3, A.J. Brown will get the ball. And, you know, and I don't think Smitty is ever going to complain. You know, Smitty is off to, you know, a great start to the season. So I don't see Smitty complaining at all about anything this upcoming season. But, you know, Jalen Hurts is picking his spots. You know what I mean? Picking his spots. You know what I mean? He's recognizing coverages. He's seeing guys open. You know what I mean? He's taking what the defense is giving him. You know, he's playing smart football. Other than the one throw that he forced, I have no idea what he was looking at. I have no complaints for the start of the season of Jalen Hurts. Now, the play calling on the offensive side of the ball is still a little questionable to me, to say the least. I'm not so far not a fan of Brian Flores in the way that he's doing things, in the way that he's operating his offense. Way too many design runs for the quarterback. I mean, with all of these running backs that we have and with this physical offensive line that we have and these wide receivers on the outside, there's so many other things you can do besides run your quarterback and potentially get him hurt. It just doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense at all. I think Brian Flores got to tighten up. The defense, another 4 turnover day. You know what I mean? That was exciting. Justin Evans made some plays. You know, he poked some fumbles out. He recovered some fumbles. Nicholas Morrow, who was just elevated, recovered a fumble. This young patchwork secondary that was out there, they were able to make some plays when called on. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you see Edmonds with the great tackle on Justin Jefferson and forced that fumble through the end zone. We were able to get a touchback. That could have been a deciding factor in the game right there. I think the defense is playing well. You know, the pressures, you know, Sweat out there forcing a turnover. You know what I mean? The defensive line and the offensive line have really been, you know, the most stable factors of the team so far right now. I mean, the wide receiver room has been stable. You know what I mean? You had a 70-yard game from AJ week 1, a $130 this week from Devontae. So I'm not really mad at that. I think, you know, a lot of the things that people are upset about or complaining about is just the lack of pretty plays. People want pretty offense. Well, we not a pretty city. You know what I mean? We not a, please don't forget who we are. You know what I mean? Please don't forget who we are. You know what I mean? We just not a pretty, we not ballerinas, man. We're a team that just lost the Super Bowl and we're just trying to win every week. You know what I mean? We're not trying to force it. Even if we got to change the game plan in the middle of the game, which we did, and came out running the ball after a few series, we're just trying to win every week. And you know what I mean? The Philadelphia Eagles are, you know, when you have things to clean up per se and you're still winning, like we're 2-0, the Vikings are 0-2. Come on, man. Let's be clear about this. And then I see SportsCenter or ESPN, whoever it was, they posted a graphic of Jalen Hurts turnovers the last 2 weeks, 2 turnovers. And they were saying he didn't have a turnover or whatever the case may be in 7 weeks last year. You know what I mean? But the Eagles are 2-0. You know what I mean? They're not posting anything about how Joe Burrow stunk it up week 1. They're not posting really much of anything about how Josh Allen was putrid week 1, but you're focusing on the guy that's 2-0. It just don't make no sense to me, man. But that's neither here nor there. We're not here to fight for respect because at the end of the day, like I said, we're 2-0. A lot of people are not going to be 2-0 after Sunday. It's just not going to be the case. You know what I mean? But again, let me remind you, we're 2-0 with things to clean up. Like, good football teams win games. Now, imagine if we put it all together. Imagine if we put it all together. You know what I'm saying? Now, this should let the coaching staff know. Now, Kenneth Gainwell's injury, I wish him a speedy recovery, but it might have been a blessing in disguise. But at the end of the day, Gainwell should be RB1. You know what I mean? We talk about what guys should be able to do behind this offensive line. I don't think Miles Sanders ever had a game like this behind this offensive line. Gainwell is the most talented back on this team, and it should be not up for debate ever again. You know what I mean? Kenneth Gainwell and Rashad Penny should get the bulk of the carries. I mean, wait till they start using Rashad Penny more. You know what I mean? You want to look for your identity? I think you know what your identity is. Ground and pound, play action. You know what I mean? The big plays will come through the air because you have a dynamic running game. You have a dynamic backfield. The big plays, the passing plays, they're going to come. You know what I'm saying? Make no mistake about that. But at the end of the day, a lot of teams can't run for 255. You know what I mean? A lot of teams can't do everything on the offensive side of the ball. The NFL know what we're capable of. We already knew everybody was going to throw their best. Nobody don't want AJ going ham. We already know how the NFL going to play us. You know what I mean? Now, next week, when we go into our week 3 matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're going to try to do the same thing. That's another talented defense. You know what I mean? We got to come out there, you know, on our A game and do the same thing against those guys, you know, when we travel down to Tampa. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm looking forward to the matchup. You know, we're going to see how this thing shake out. Let me know what you think in the comments, though.